Hi, my name is Lisa, and these are the responses that I got from my interview with a woman named Shay. I asked her 6 questions related to her field of study and her job, and she gave me 6 amazing answers. So, shall we go over each one? My first question I asked her was, what is your job position, and your job title? She explained to me that she's a school counselor slash social worker, and she helps students in middle school with behavior and emotional problems. She also helps teachers. She helps them deal with the kids in their classrooms and how to make the environment better by helping them with their behavior and emotional problems. The degree that she got for this job is a master's in clinical psychology, which is really amazing. She loves psychology and she loves the research part of it. Then I moved on to the second question. My second question for her is, what are your responsibilities on the job? She explained that the most important thing is dealing with students with behavior and emotional problems. After a child is referred to her, she will go over their school records and ask teachers what is the problem, and even ask parents too. And she'll put everything together to understand a holistic view of this person and how she can find ways to help them. She also helps teachers. By communicating with teachers, she can help them understand the child. And if a teacher is struggling on having a child focus in class, she can refer the child to her and she'll help her figure out what the root of the problem is. It's always about the root of the problem in psychology, and Shay is willing to find the solutions to these problems. Then we moved on to the third question. What about this job fulfills you? So she explained to me that she has a deep love for people and humanity. She really cares about helping people and not giving up on people. And many kids who have problems in her classroom, it saddens her to see them struggle and to see the teachers struggle and to see the whole classroom struggle because of this one problem. So she wants to find ways to help this child, how she can find ways to really encourage their development and to help them in whatever problems they have. So that really motivates her to really focus on this field and to help children. That really inspired me when I heard that. Shay is an amazing person and her field of study is really good. Then I moved on to the fourth question, which is what challenges you have at this job. Every job has challenges, so I was wondering what challenges she has. She explained to me the biggest challenge, of course, is the behavior problems. Some kids can be very impatient and sometimes they don't want to come into her office, and that saddens her, but she can't really control that because they have a choice and she respects that choice. But she really wishes that more kids would get along and cooperate with her. But sometimes that's not the case. And some days she has bad days at work, and that's normal. But one of the biggest challenges, besides the behavior problems, is also the teachers. Sometimes the teachers can be in denial, and even though she explains to the teacher that this might be the problem, the teacher sometimes doesn't listen. They might have a dismissive attitude and not really listen to her, and sometimes she feels ignored. But her mindset is just let it go and move on. So that's what she does to get through the day. Also, my fifth question was, what do you do to grow in this field? She explained that she likes to take classes on the side. Sometimes she likes to take classes on clinical psychology, even though she has a master's in it. She also likes to attend meetings about behavior management and how culture has affected children now, and really intriguing things. She always likes to refresh her knowledge on things. She doesn't just want to stick with what she knows, but always wants to improve, always wants to get better. And I thought that was really amazing. And then my sixth question was, well, how would you recommend this job to another student? What would you tell them? What qualifications do they need for this job? What should they expect from this job? And she explained that if you really want to become a school counselor or a social worker, you really need to be patient because you're going to encounter a lot of problems behaviorally, emotionally, socially, and it's normal. But you want to have the mindset to understand that these things do happen. And also, of course, you want to be qualified by educating yourself on psychology, understanding the root of the problem. Why do kids act the way that they do? And how can you solve it? How can we find solutions to help the child and not give up on them? Also, it is important to be able to work well with others. Even though you might have all this knowledge, it's important to also take another perspective. And if a teacher tells you that, oh, I see it this way, instead of Shay fighting back saying, no, I see it this way, she is willing to listen to the other side and think, maybe she's right. Maybe the child is going through this I don't really understand, and maybe I can learn more about it. So those are the things that she recommends for another person who wants to go into this field. Also, understanding psychology is very important. Understanding society is important. Understanding a child's development is important. So she recommends also refreshing your knowledge by taking classes in developmental psychology, personality psychology, clinical psychology, all different psychologies. And not just psychology, but also education. Understanding the education system is really important. And so you can understand how teachers see students, why they get frustrated with behavior problems, why it's frustrating when they can't get through the curriculum. Understanding the public school system is very important. And another thing is to go with the challenges that she encounters is the public school system. Sometimes Shay would see that the kids are just being rushed through a lesson, not really understanding what they're being taught, and that really bothered her. She doesn't like how the curriculum is in a way that everything just needs to be taught at a certain time, but not really giving the child enough time to really understand and grasp what they're trying to learn. And she critiqued that about the school system, and it was really interesting to hear. But every school system has its flaws, but that is a really big flaw. She explained to me how she wishes that teachers would be more patient with students and really help them understand. And she thinks this is also a reason why there's so many behavior and emotional problems, because students don't feel heard. They don't feel the basic sense of belongingness, love and belongingness. And it's hard for them to really focus in school and to do their lessons when they have all these problems in their mind of feeling unloved, low self-esteem, feeling like no one loves them, having home problems at home. So she explained that it is important to have a holistic view of children, understand all the different factors that affect the child, the social part, the personality part, the physical part, the spiritual part, all different parts of the child that come together. So when she is assessing a child, she always tries to pay attention to all the factors that make up that child. This interview with Shay was very interesting, and I learned a lot. Now I can understand school counseling and social work in more depth. And I hope you enjoyed these responses from Shay's interview.